Hello everyone, my name is Josh Layne. You might know me from Harp Tuesday, or more recently from Harpist in the Wild, and I want to invite you to come with me on an adventure. I wish we could all be here in person, but one of the advantages of this virtual harp festival is that I get to take you along with me on an adventure where I live on the west coast of Canada in Victoria, British Columbia. So when Camac Harps approached me and asked me if I would like to produce some videos featuring the Excalibur, I decided that what would be perfect is to do this adventure with you. I'm going to take my Excalibur out and record a piece of music, my composition Forgotten Summer, that I premiered on lever harp at Somerset in 2017. And so here I am, I'm getting ready to pack it up, and I thought I'd take you along with me with that. So it's a nice hot summer day, and since it's not raining, I could just move it, and I have moved it sometimes just with the dust cover on. And especially if you're going from an indoor location to another indoor location, that would be fine. But in this case, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the full cover on. And I got this Excalibur. I got my Excalibur in 2017, soon after that Somerset. And I got it particularly for that purpose of playing outdoors and having something that was a little bit easier to transport than my pedal harp, but still sounded amazing and sounded beautiful. So, and it's worked out really well for that. So this just gives me that little added level of peace of mind, I guess, of knowing that it's really very well protected. Not exactly a hard shell case that you might have, say, for a violin, but still quite a lot of protection. There's also, of course, it also comes with the foot, separate piece for the foot thing that snaps together. But because it's not raining and because it's easier on my cart without this on, I'm just going to leave this at home. So if I'm moving my harp around, both for my pedal and for my lever harp, I just use this mattress. This is a foam mattress that I got probably 25 years ago. And I remember having to cut it down to size so it would fit in my van. And then it just allows, with a pedal harp, you can just tilt it in. In this case, I could lift it, but I'll demonstrate the tilt. And then lift it up and slide it in. And it just means I feel really happy with transporting it, that it's quite nice and secure. So as I mentioned, I got my Excalibur about 4 years ago, right after Somerset 2017. And I got it with the idea of playing outdoors. So I didn't quite have the idea of Harpist in the Wild yet, but I knew I wanted to record some music outdoors, including this piece I'm going to play for you, my composition Forgotten Summer, which was the very first piece that I recorded with my Excalibur. And so it's proved to be a trusty companion for these outdoor adventures. It's, of course, it's a big harp, right? It's got this big sound, this beautiful soundboard, and 38 strings, which I love having those extra strings, but it does mean that it's reasonably heavy. But it's been okay. Like I've been fine moving it around, and as I say, it's just been a fantastic companion to bring along on these adventures. And so I'm excited to bring along you with me on this particular adventure. And it looks like there's one spot for us. So I'm using my pedal harp cart here. It's not purpose designed for lever harp, but works reasonably well. And here we are into the forest. So we're going to get a chance to explore this beautiful forest and hopefully find a great location. And so this piece that I'm going to play for you is my composition Forgotten Summer. Something that I wrote in 2017. I actually premiered it on pedal harp at the Virginia Harp Festival earlier that year, but then the lever harp premiere was at Somerset. And it's a piece that actually is easier on the lever harp than the pedal harp because you can set this one C sharp on the lever harp and not have to worry about it. Whereas on the pedal harp, you have to do a pedal change. It's a piece that I wrote specifically to try to be reasonably easy to play and to give lots of opportunity to be musical within it. So the first opening, the first 4 bars, very few notes, but each note, exactly where you place it, can really create a beautiful effect and a chance to, again, really not worry about technique and think instead about exactly how you want to phrase something. And again, I think what can happen sometimes, right, is that we get so caught up with the technical demands of the instrument that it can be, because the harp can be challenging to play, that we end up not being able to maybe focus on music itself. So again, I wanted that to be a focus of this piece. And then the first page is, again, fairly easy and a little bit more regular tempo once you get into that main bit, but still a chance to really be very expressive. In the second and third page, I get a regular pattern going, and that can be really nice as well. Once you get it grooved, you just get to keep doing it. And so there are also in the piece some harmonics, because I love the harmonic and it's one of my favorite harp effects. There's also a bit of extended technique in terms of xylophonic sounds, holding the strings right where they come out of the soundboard and then playing them with the other hand. There's even a chance to improvise right towards the very end. There's a section where you keep the right hand pattern going, and then you can play exactly the sequence of G octaves as written, but you could also improvise. And when I play it, I will never play it the same way twice, right? I'll always do something slightly different. So again, a bit of a chance to delve into improvising without having to be faced with a blank slate. You're just choosing how many G's and G octaves and when and where to play them. So these days when I'm recording outside, what I do is I use my little recorder. This is a handheld Zoom H5, but it could be a Tascam, any sort of little handheld portable recorder. And what I do is I put it inside the body of the harp. So right now it's connected to my lavalier mic, so I can't actually put it in the moment, but I would just put it inside the harp. It rests on the sort of the base of the harp down there, and it picks up the harp really well. And what that means is I don't have to worry about wind noise for the most part, or about dogs barking or airplanes flying overhead or people coming by or anything. It cuts out basically all the extraneous noise. So it's a great option, and yeah, really fantastic. Initially I didn't do that. I would set something up, an external mic out near the harp, but I think this is a fantastic option when you're recording outside. So now we come to the reason for this adventure, a chance to play some harp music outdoors in one of the beautiful forests here in Victoria, BC, Canada. And there you have it, a successful result to this outing. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this adventure. And a big thank you to Camac Harps and the Virginia Harp Center, who wanted to create something special for Zoomerset and reached out to me to make this adventure happen. If you liked Forgotten Summer and want to play it yourself, it's part of my book 5 Solos for Lever Harp. I hope that perhaps my adventure inspires you to take your harp outside and have an adventure of your own. Cheers.